The 55th Rockport Art Festival is coming up July 1st and 2nd, and we have the pleasure of speaking with painter Camille Ellington. Welcome, Camille.
Hi, Dee Dee. Thank you for such a warm welcome.
You're speaking to us from Lufkin, Texas. Do you paint those beautiful piney woods?
That would be a visual insight there, but yes, I paint more of my history. My history is more ocean-related, and so I feel at home very much in Rockport because of the surrounding area down there.
And you've also lived in the New Mexico area. Can you almost follow your life history and what the subjects are of your paintings of each decade?
I can, and that becomes extremely clear in hindsight. I look at childhood and kindergarten age in Hawaii and being in and out of California, also Florida where my grandparents lived. So ocean, aquatic, super recurring theme. Add to that I'm a lifelong lap swimmer and team competitor, so water everywhere.
Speaking of water, you'll be right next to it when you're setting up your booth with over 120 artists at the upcoming Rockport Art Fest. And you've been chosen multiple years by a jury of artists for the Rockport Art Fest. What year will this be for you?
This is year 6, and such an honor. I started in 2017 at Rockport. We all took a year off at 2020. This will be my 6th year to participate. It's always such a delight, such an honor to be invited.
We are saying this often just to encourage listeners that no matter how hot the days are, there is a breeze right there next to the bay, as well as a big air-conditioned tent.
Absolutely. And one of the things that stands out the most to me is this entire event be in shade if you need it to be. The corridors that people actually view the art from completely in shade. So you don't have to think that much about like if you're going to be sunburned or, like you need to be out in the direct sun throughout the day.
I saw on your website that you paint with water and even incorporate sand at times. Tell us about that.
Sometimes I do, and I'm kind of into some like mystical type things of like, when you visit a place and you have a certain feeling. I mean, I can't rule out that some of that can be carried home with you, just a fraction of it in the sand. So when I go to places like Mustang Island or Key West, or there's a black sand beach in Northern California that I go to sometimes, I bring a little bit of sand, not too much, just a little bit back to sprinkle in, and the paint absorbs it. And I like to think it carries some of the energy of those special places, ultimately back into our homes.
Can you see the sand on the canvas?
You can see the sand on the canvas because it starts to give the painting a rougher texture. Mm-hmm. And I love texture. I'm a details person. I love the glossy shine of certain metallics and the movement. And I like it becomes a more muted, but very tactile. You can reach out and touch my paintings, and the sand gives it an extremely tactile experience.
How would you describe your style? It's very colorful.
I love colors. I absolutely love, just fluorescence and lime greens and hot pinks, dragon fruit pink. So I've had a love with color, and then every once in a while, I did this during the pandemic. I kind of like took a sharp left turn and did the same thing with a neutral palette that I did, that I have consistently done with bright colors. It was a deeper dive into color. There's actually a lot of color in like a sage green and a lavender gray, and a lot more colors than I actually expected.
Well, nothing's better than seeing it, so tell our listeners how they can go online and see your work.
My website is csellington.com. The best place to follow my art is the link on my website homepage that will take you to Instagram. I've recently, about 6 months ago, started a public Instagram, having a lot of fun with it, posting videos, sometimes pictures. I can put all of those to music, and since I have experience working in music at an FM station years ago, I really like being able to set the mood, set the tone with music and art at the same time.
I love that. So if they just start exploring the letters C.S. Ellington, Ellington, they're bound to find something.
That's exactly right. I try to talk with people also at events that, are not simply there to shop for art. Some people are, and they're looking for art specifically for their homes, but also people who think they might be interested in doing this, or maybe even have started and want to come out for inspiration or to build their confidence that, you can start this. You can start this later in life, in your 40s, 50s, 70s. You can start this, and there's still plenty of room for that to expand.
Thank you for sharing that message. I think that's important for everyone to hear. And I'm trying to remember to tell every artist, I hope you sell out. I hope you go home empty-handed except for the money in your pocket.
Thank you. It's so much fun to prepare for this. And the community of Rockport, I think of Rockport as upbeat, artsy, and community-minded. And every year when I see the line standing out at the gate of people ready to get in, excited, waiting for this for a year to start, it's so supportive, it's so validating. There's so much that goes into this for the event and for the artists. We can't do it without each other.
Thanks so much, Camille.
Thank you, Dee Dee. And I also want to thank the Rockport Art Festival and the Center for the invitation to this interview. I've really enjoyed it. I appreciate it.
They are great community art partners, that's for sure. Well, have a great show.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
I've been speaking with Camille Ellington. She was speaking to us from Lufkin, and she will be showing her works along with over 120 other artists at the 55th Rockport Art Festival, July 1st and 2nd.